United Kingdom is a much bigger economy than Uganda, and we are all lawyers and we're in the business of lawyering and providing legal services. My message to all those that are part of the recently established Uganda UK Lawyers Association is we should collaborate in deal flow. This being a small economy, it means there are those in the UK who want to establish businesses here, and there are those in Uganda who may want to establish businesses in the UK. We can collaborate on deal flow, not the financial deal flows the way we know them, but the legal deal flow. So we can establish a collaboration where we can do business assistance, cross-border business assistance, through a collaborative effort. Certainly, we all fall within different ambits of regulation. The United Kingdom has a different sort of legal practice they have a split bar between the solicitors and the barristers. Here we just have, we are all advocates. So the best way of collaborating should be through training. The UK being a more sophisticated economy, certainly there are deals that cannot really be executed in Uganda. So we can collaborate on training, on workshops, on the deal flows that I've just mentioned, so that in the event that someone maybe wants to invest on the London Stock Exchange, maybe a Ugandan that wants to invest in the London Stock Exchange, we have a collaborative effort where not only can the Ugandan get access to the financial advisors in the UK, but the lawyers in the Ugandan lawyers in the UK can actually assist the Ugandans who are in Uganda who want to invest in the UK by connecting them to the best professionals that they have in the UK. This being a new association, we need to be more forward-thinking. We need to collaborate more on interpersonal skills. We need to share best practices of legal practice. Uganda being a small market, there's a lot we can learn from those that have practiced the law in the United Kingdom. My message to the members of the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association is that we should be more collaborative. The UK being a more sophisticated market means there are deals and deal flows that are in the UK market that can never see the light of day in Uganda. So what the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association can do is enhance training of the Ugandan lawyers, to actually have a great partnership with the Uganda Law Society, so that through the CLE programs we can have collaborative efforts, for instance, on how to do disruptive areas of practice, like how to register alternative investment funds like venture capital. We are struggling with areas of practice dealing with alternative finance, things like venture capital, private equity, and the UK being a more sophisticated market, we can have more collaborative efforts to the CLE program of the Uganda Law Society to train members in Uganda, so that we actually get abreast with the sophisticated areas of practice, so that we can also advise clients who not only want to get funds from the banks in Uganda, but want to maybe dip into the alternative investment funds in the UK. So, and lawyers, since we are big players in structuring these financing deals, and there is a lot of problems we have with our financing arrangements in Uganda, we can actually collaborate and ease access to finance through cross-border financial transactions in the market. The Uganda Law Society has a robust CLE program, a continuous legal education program, and through that program, the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association can actually create a collaborative effort to train Ugandan lawyers on disruptive areas of practice. The UK being a more sophisticated market, a market that gets access to deal flows that we might not see in the market here in Uganda, I think, in my view, the Uganda UK Lawyers Association can collaborate with the Uganda Society through the CLE programs to make sure that there is adequate training of lawyers in especially deal flows that may not see the light of day in Uganda, so that in the event that we have clients, for instance, small businesses like maybe the venture capital funded businesses that want to dip into the alternative investment funds in the UK, we have a ready partnership with the Uganda Law Society that can train lawyers to advise Ugandan clients and also Ugandans in the UK on how to navigate some of these disruptive areas of legal practice. I think the initiative of the Uganda UK Lawyers Association is timely. I think many people are venturing into the diaspora, and we have a very big diaspora community in the United Kingdom. So having a Uganda UK Lawyers Association creates a collaborative effort where we can actually synergize efforts to make each other better. So I would suggest that in the course of the endeavors of the Uganda UK Lawyers Association, that through partnerships, through business deal flows, we can collaborate more, we can train each other more, we can synergize more, and create an environment where not only those in the diaspora can benefit from the UK Lawyers Association, but even us that live in Uganda who need to establish networks to actually get deal flows that ordinarily we will not get the training through our schooling system and the CLE program in the Uganda Law Society. So I congratulate all the people, all the proprietors of the Uganda UK Lawyers Association, and I hope we have a good collaboration in all our endeavors moving forward.
My name is Joel Basoga. I am advocate of the High Court of Uganda. I'm so privileged to address the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association, specifically because I was a student and a lawyer in the UK. I studied at the University of Oxford, where I did a postgraduate degree, and then I had a work experience in the summer with Freshfields in London. And I think that's why I think the association is important. I was requested to address two main things. One, what is my message to the association? My message is that one, I think it's a great initiative, and two, the association should mentor lawyers, especially lawyers who are coming into the UK, either for graduate or undergraduate studies. It's always helpful when they interact with lawyers who are practicing both in the UK and Uganda. So I think that's one of the key points. I believe mentorship is important. It can help develop and nurture legal professionals. The second is, what do I think is the best way that the legal practitioners in Uganda and the UK can collaborate? I think the best way is always one to first communicate regularly. So I think sharing or having events in London and Kampala where lawyers meet is important. Then they can discuss the assignments they are doing. And I think if that is done, it will generate referrals where there is a lot of exchange between law firms in Kampala and law firms in London or the UK. So I believe the initial point is creating a social network, and that can begin by physical gatherings across the major cities. And that can then follow with actual referrals where people exchange work. So I believe that's sort of like one of the ways that we can collaborate. My last point really as a final remark is that this is a really great initiative. Thank you for starting it, and I believe that it is going to benefit the lawyers, the law students, because it is going to help harmonize, because iron sharpens iron, and if this association works as we have envisaged it to be, I believe there will be great collaboration.
My name is Philip Karugaba. I'm a partner with ENS Africa Advocates in Kampala, Uganda. I was delighted to hear about the formation and launch of UULA. Congratulations to you. It all starts when great minds come together, mobilizing and organizing. We look forward to big things from you. We will need to understand what UULA has to offer to Uganda. We would need to understand skills, what they can do to build our capacity, whether they can join in a voice on rule of law. Then we shall have to see how we put in place mechanisms for the skills transfer from UULA to Uganda. For instance, maybe collaboration through trainings, through workshops, maybe placements of young lawyers, them to us and us to them. Those are ways in which we can do a skills transfer from UULA to Uganda. Congratulations to UULA. We look forward to working with you to do great things for Uganda and for the UK.
Aaron Chiza is my name. I'm a Ugandan-based lawyer. I'm a human rights lawyer, I'm an environmentalist, and I'm an artist. And my message to the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association is that continue, press ahead. We have been waiting for such associations to spring up, but they have been few and far between. We hope that this chapter opens a new chapter in the relationship between lawyers in Uganda and lawyers in UK, as well as among the lawyers in UK, so that they are organized, so that they are mobilized for the rule of law in Uganda, for development in the world, and for success of sustainable development. There are opportunities for the lawyers in the UK to collaborate and work with the lawyers in Uganda in 3 or 2 respects. One is the business respects. Law is a trade, so they can exchange clients, they can work on clients together, they can refer to each other clients and exchange knowledge and ideas. Then the aspect of professional trainings, continuous legal education, and skills exchange. The lawyers in the diaspora and UK specific develop unique skills which they can share formally with Ugandan lawyers through the Association of Uganda Law Society. We can have a formal collaboration between the UK Uganda Law Association and the Uganda Law Society, as well as the UK Uganda Law Association and Uganda Christian Lawyers Fraternity, the Uganda Muslim lawyers, howsoever you like. But we need these professional associations which are in Uganda and the ones that are in the diaspora, especially this UK one that is really pioneering this kind of effort, so that the experts in the UK and other parts of the diaspora can share digitally information, knowledge and skills for the benefit of Uganda and for the mutual benefit of professionals both in Uganda and in the UK. My last remarks is that we should start big and continue growing big, and it shouldn't end in UK. We need to conquer the entire Europe as Ugandan lawyers in the diaspora, and we need to conquer the entire West and the entire globe. There are many lawyers who are forced to move out of Uganda or who choose to move out of Uganda. They mobilize resources, wealth, they have contacts, and they have unique skills. And this should be for the benefit of the lawyers at home. So let's continue doing this year in, year out, and let's continue having these meetings, these interactions for the betterment of Uganda and now and for our posterity.
My name is Daniel Ronald Ruhweza. I'm a senior lecturer at the School of Law, Makerere University. I also act as the head of Department of Law and Jurisprudence at this school. I am an alumnus of the University of Cambridge, England, as well as the University of Kent at Canterbury. I'm excited to hear about the launch of this association, and I wish you all the best in whatever you'll be doing. I think it's an opportunity once again for people to collaborate, for people to work together, for people to exchange ideas. I think it's a good venture for thinking outside the box in times like this, where you have a world that is volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. You need to have different ideas from different continents to be able to be useful to the nation. So in this collaboration, in this launch, I'm sure that many ideas are going to come through that will be very fruitful, and I hope that those ideas will finally amount to specific interventions in the justice, law and order sector of Uganda. As you very well know, there is still big challenges regarding access to justice, expertise, the rule of law, constitutionalism and good governance. I'm hoping that all that will be able to inspire you and inspire your membership, inspire your projects that you like to do. So we look forward to collaborating with you right here from Uganda, even as you meet in the United Kingdom. I think there are very many ways in which the collaboration can be done. As you know, there are different sectors in legal practice, academia, legal practice as we so understand it, the corporate world, good governance, regarding the making of laws and policies. And so joint projects can be one way of dealing with it. Joint projects in supporting the Ugandan market, joint projects in doing research, all that can be quite helpful, and I think that is an area where you can really benefit from. It's always a good idea to meet together. It's always a good idea to come together, exchange ideas, find ways and means in which our joint associations can collaborate. The Uganda Law Society needs you, and the young students in the universities need you. The country needs us, and therefore as you meet, I hope that you will think bigger and better for the good of our nation.
Good evening, this is David Mpanga. I'm a partner at AF Mpanga Advocates in Kampala. I'd wish to congratulate the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association on its founding and launch on this very auspicious day. There's strength in unity, and you must always remember that there are synergies in networks. By coming together as a unified body of Ugandan lawyers practicing in the United Kingdom, you're presenting your best foot in two ways. One, making sure that you all know each other, making sure that you can confront situations in there and opportunities together, but also making sure that you can each network with the other and build a synergy, build a bigger network that can enable you to achieve more. I also think that the UK-Uganda Lawyers Association will enable you to work better with the profession in Uganda. We who practice in Uganda do a lot of work coming out of international law firms, many of which are based in London and in the United Kingdom. You having an organization there, a unified organization there, will help us, the ones who practice in Uganda, one, access the international law firms, will help us enhance our standard, because we can work together, you can train your colleagues who are on this side of the pond. You can do a lot of things, find secondments, try and find work that you can use to enhance your practice, but which we can do better because we're perhaps already been servicing it there. So I see a lot of potential for synergies, both within the Ugandan lawyers who are working, the community of Ugandan lawyers who are working in the United Kingdom, as well as between the lawyers working in the United Kingdom and us lawyers practicing in Uganda. So my message to you tonight is congratulations, well done on this great achievement. I'm wishing you Godspeed and all the best in your endeavor.